iStar's a very dangerous target. Dozens of lawyers have tried to build a case against them, and it's never worked. It's a company that's protected.
These women make for some great television. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 lead female drama TV characters.
The body's physiological reflexes returning back to normal. All of this comes very naturally.
For this list, we'll be looking at leading female characters on the small screen. That means that supporting characters or members of an ensemble, as well as animated characters, are excluded. Number 10, Hannah Horvath, Girls.
You are so spoiled. Yeah, well, whose fault is that, Mom?
For 2 years, aspiring writer Hannah has lived the good life while being fully financially supported by her parents. But things quickly change when her funds are abruptly cut off.
No more money. Starting when? Starting now.
Forced to deal with some harsh realities and fend for herself for the first time, Hannah has to do a lot of growing up, and fast.
Do you have any scientific evidence that life is just a video game? Because I've never thought about it. It actually sounds kind of real and stressful.
Living in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, Hannah regularly has to deal with many situations and problems unique to female millennials, and has to address many issues that are widespread among a generation that's coming of age in an ever-changing world. These include modern relationships, STDs, and body image.
Have you known someone with AIDS? It's more of like a Forrest Gump-based fear. That's what Robin Wright Penn's character died of, so.
Number 9, Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote.
Hello?
Miss Fletcher, Amos Tupper.
Oh, good morning, Sheriff.
She may be a retired schoolteacher and a childless widow, but Angela Lansbury's Jessica Fletcher is far from an old maid. In fact, she fills her time by solving a new murder each week.
Ethan, doesn't it seem strange to you that those girls just happen to know their exact location right in the middle of a storm?
As a best-selling novelist of detective mysteries, Fletcher's know-how and genre savviness certainly come in handy while living in a small town with an astoundingly high murder rate.
Sheriff, I'm sorry.
I've been here 1 year. This is my 5th murder. What is this? The death capital of Maine?
Unlike any amateur sleuth seen before or since, the unconventional character has been adored by fans young and old for generations, and has made the show one of the most popular detective dramas of all time, while also earning Lansbury numerous award nominations.
Sam, it does kind of make upside-down sense.
Number 8, Olivia Pope, Scandal.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Olivia Pope.
After leaving her job as the White House Communications Director, Olivia Pope decides to build her own firm, dealing in crisis management. In other words, dealing with scandals, which are often political in nature. And in Washington, D.C., there is plenty of that to go around.
I know the situation is difficult, I do, and I'm so sorry. But we have a job to do here, and in order for me to do my part effectively, I'm going to need you to refrain from referring to me as a whore.
Perhaps the most important person that Pope has to protect from scandal is herself, however, and especially the fact that she was the mistress of the President of the United States.
You think it didn't change me? You think it was easy, simple? I went against everything I believed in for you.
Despite an insane personal life, Pope manages to be a consummate professional, though, and excels at what she does, all while being a fashion trendsetter to boot.
Do you want to tell them who you are, or should I?
Number 7, Sydney Bristow, Alias.
Well, this could be very interesting.
Does that mean I'm in?
As the name of the show implies, this super spy can take on a variety of personas while working as a double agent within a terrorist organization.
I've shot you before, I will do it again. Keep your hands in the air!
With a set of skills that would make James Bond jealous, Sydney knows over 24 languages, is a master of deception, and when things go sideways, can fight her way out of any situation with her Krav Maga skills. The only thing stronger than Sydney's physical toughness is her own emotional resolve.
Stop saying we. Stop talking about the agency. You killed the man I love.
Starting in the pilot episode with the murder of her fiancé, this character definitely goes through the ringer throughout the show, but she never backs down from her duty or allow anything to break her.
One thing makes up for all this. Having you as my partner again.
Number 6, Annalise Keating, How to Get Away with Murder.
I'm Professor Annalise Keating, and this is Criminal Law 100, or as I prefer to call it,
How to Get Away with Murder.
This slick defense attorney, portrayed by the immensely talented Viola Davis, is fierce and determined. A complex character with a tragic past, Annalise is a master of manipulating others, including members of the court, and is someone to be both feared and respected.
You're the one sick enough to do this.
I didn't know how to tell you.
Because you knew I'd be ashamed of you.
As a criminal law professor, she teaches her students more of how to get around the law than law itself, including, of course, the subject of the show's title, with Keating and her students becoming involved with a murder cover-up. Davis even earned an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, becoming the first African-American woman to do so.
Now that you've done this, you're a monster! Just like him.
Number 5. Kate Beckett. Castle.
Do you have a problem with reading, Ryan?
After meteorologically rising through the ranks after joining the police academy fresh out of college, Kate Beckett gets a new partner while investigating a strange case that appears to mirror the story of novelist Richard Castle. And who is said partner? Castle himself.
Richard Castle, you are under arrest for felony theft and obstruction of justice.
You forgot making you look bad.
This leads to his decision of basing his next character on Beckett, named Nikki Heath, and that which is inspired by her real-life counterpart's intelligence and aptitude for police work.
Under normal circumstances, you should not be here. Most smart, good-looking women become lawyers, not cops. And yet, here you are. Why?
I don't know, Rick. You're the novelist, you tell me.
Although their relationship is strained at first, Beckett eventually comes to respect Castle and his unique perspective, with the two eventually even entering a relationship.
And that wall that I was telling you about, I think it's coming down.
Well, I'd like to be there when it does.
Yeah, I'd like you to be there too.
While Beckett can solve just about any crime, including her own mother's murder, she can be a bit of a geek as well, being an avid comic book fan. But that's what makes her so great.
No, we can't judge a book by its cover.
Yes, actually, yes, I can, when it's my book.
Number 4. Piper Chapman. Orange is the New Black.
Chapman.
Yes. Yes, that's me. But you have to wait.
Based on real-life criminal Piper Kerman and her memoirs of a year spent in a women's minimum security prison, the character of Piper Chapman is a fish out of water in her strange new world.
Please let me call my fiancé. I have to let him know I'm okay.
After bidding farewell to her privileged lifestyle, Chapman runs into a series of problems while dealing with both the prison guards and fellow inmates.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you do not want to fight with me right now, crazy. You do not.
Oh, no? Maybe you're right. I don't want to fight you.
Skirting the line between being sympathetic and narcissistic, Chapman undergoes a metamorphosis over the course of the series as a result of her dark environment. Though she began as naive and self-indulgent, once in prison, Chapman is turned into a survivor and a fighter.
And I hope that you both know not to mess with me.
She also takes the time to reflect on her spoiled life and what landed her there in the first place.
You doing okay, Chapman?
I don't really know how to answer that question.
Number 3. Veronica Mars. Veronica Mars.
My after-school job means tailing philandering spouses or investigating false injury claims.
The premise of this cult classic series, which combines noir with high school drama, would have buckled under a lesser protagonist. But the sassy and wise beyond her years Veronica Mars made it one of the most memorable shows in recent years.
A teenaged private eye. Trust me, I know how dumb that sounds. But it's not like I found a decoder ring at the bottom of a cereal box and thought, that sounds like fun.
Tossing aside the traditional role of females only existing as eye candy or the femme fatale in the noir genre, Mars was a fully realized and deeply complex character.
Explain to me why you were the one with GHB the night of Shelley Pomeroy's party when someone drugged and raped me.
With a tragic past that included the murder of her best friend, being abandoned by her mother, and surviving rape, Mars was a jaded but still extremely headstrong and fierce protagonist, as well as one heck of a private detective.
What? Was I supposed to sign in blood?
Number 2. Carrie Mathison. Homeland.
I'm serious. I missed something once before. I can't let that happen again.
After an incident in Iraq when she learns of an American soldier that's been turned by Al-Qaeda, CIA officer Carrie Mathison returns to the U.S. disgraced and under mysterious circumstances. Her suspicions quickly turn to rescued POW Nicholas Brody, who had been missing for 8 years and suddenly resurfaces.
What were his exact words, please?
An American prisoner of war has been turned.
He said this in English.
Yes, he whispered it into my ear right before the guards pulled me away.
Despite skepticism from her superiors, Mathison begins to conduct her own unauthorized surveillance of Brody, and it is one that borders on obsession that's fueled by her bipolar disorder.
Nothing is worse than Brody witnessing this interrogation. The blowback will be profound.
Filled with the fear that she's going crazy, Mathison's path is one of danger and intrigue, while her bold and sometimes questionable decisions have made her one of the most intricate and intriguing characters on TV.
I know how this goes. It ends badly.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'll help them, Sanjay.
Well, I got it.
No, I need you to redress the mannequins.
Oh, well, it's about time. Can I do a theme?
Yeah, go for it. The dressing rooms are back this way. Just let me know if you need help with anything.
It has to be the gravedigger. I think he ran you down with his car and then pumped you full of drugs to ruin your short-term memory. Same as Ryan Kent.
How long have we been down here?
Maybe 2 hours, I think.
Isn't she just the most gorgeous bride?
Certainly wears my earrings better than I do, but I was actually hoping to get them back. You haven't seen them, have you?
Afraid not, but feel free to look for them. Just try to keep it down, because Carl's napping. Oh, sorry.
Don't I even warn or return call before you head home to the beautiful and lovely Estelle?
I was gonna get back to you from the car. I have dinner plans.
Sounds vaguely familiar, doesn't it? Me waiting to hear from you, you off with your wife.
Just kind of thinks she's kind of got a different energy than your other band leaders.
Oh, you mean like a lady energy?
Well, yeah.
You know what? She's amazing. I think she's perfect. She's exactly what I need right now. The only thing is, you know what I missed? I missed that little riff right in the front of Already Gone.
Yeah, you want me to talk to her?
It's been a year today, but nothing changes. Everything I did, all of it, that never goes away, does it?
Number 1, Alicia Florrick, The Good Wife.
Hey, you all right?
Inspired by many real-life political scandals, the name of this series references Alicia Florrick's support of her husband and former state attorney after he was accused of using state money for prostitutes.
No public funds were ever utilized. But I do admit to a failure of judgment.
Despite her public showing of support for Peter, Alicia is understandably devastated by the betrayal of the man she loves.
If they overturn it, everything goes back to normal.
Inspired by Hillary Clinton and Elizabeth Edwards, Alicia has a strong background as a lawyer and returns to the profession to support her children following Peter's arrest and many years away from law.
Hi, Mrs. Florrick. Sorry, Zach said I could use the bathroom.
Sure.
The character has been praised as a modern and complex woman who balances her many complex relationships, career and goals with raising 2 children, all while dealing with multiple scandals in the age of social media.
I am running to be someone to put a dent in crime in this town. What does that have to do with my married life?
That was terrific.
Do you agree with our list?
I think you've made some very perceptive observations.
Who are your favorite dramatic leading ladies?
We've all been through hell, so have I. It's a miracle we're still standing.
For more dramatic top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
And you know what? You're in my heart forever, you know, till I'm dead, and maybe even after I'm dead. I don't know, when I'm just floating out in space and I'm so alone because nobody I love is even around.